Job hunt and mining information video. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and in today's video we are going to do a job hunt, and for the mining information I am going to talk about how your influencer is getting you a mining job, and to do that I am going to run through how I would help you get a mining job, our process, our thinking behind everything, where we target the jobs, how we help people. I'm going to take you through it step by step. So to start with, let's go over and have a look at the mining truck job on Seek. So we type mining truck job in, just because the majority of people that are looking for a mining job think that they're going to get a mining job on the surface. And my job to start with is to teach everybody that that's where the jobs used to be. The new jobs that you're looking for in mining are the underground truck driving job, the driller's offsider, so the diamond driller offsider underground, the nipper's job, the AGI job, pace crew job, that sort of work. There's a lot of that work around at the moment. The surface stuff, because it's all gone driverless, there's less and less work around, paying less and less dollars. So my advice to people is to concentrate either on driller offsiding on the surface in exploration, or head down the underground path. And if you have a look at all the jobs that when you type mining truck in, you'll see the majority of them are for actually underground truck driving jobs, which pay reasonable money. There are some surface truck driving jobs around. There's a few around Kalgoorlie at the moment, as there's a few people taking advantage of the really high gold price by opening up some small pits. But they're just paying the same sort of money that you'd make on an underground truck around Kalgoorlie. So our first advice to try and get into the industry is make sure that you know what type of job you are looking for. But first, before we do that, I also want to move on to the gold price and do the prices, because that's the other big thing when you're looking which area of the industry to get in, the advice that you take. At the moment, we tell people to target gold and copper mines, because the gold price is over 4,500 Australian dollars an ounce, and the copper price has actually gone through $15,000 a tonne Australian. Whereas if you're looking at iron ore, it's down at $100 a tonne, which is still reasonable money, but it's down a lot off the highs. And like we tell people, that all the iron ore jobs have gone driverless pretty much, and coal, it has come down significantly, unfortunately, and at $100 a tonne mark, that puts a lot of mines marginal, unfortunately. So we really tell people to concentrate in on all the gold and copper mines. This is the new map that they've done. They update it every now and then. I pull my hair out having to relearn it all, so we've gone from flags to round discs with crosses on them, and these are still all the gold and copper mines that need people around the country. So once you work out that you want a job on a gold and a copper mine, the next thing that I like to do is to teach people how the industry actually works. So and to do this, we can use the mining job flow chart. So these are the different areas of the industry, and a lot of the influencers will try and get you into the utilities, mining shutdown, and mining construction. For me, these aren't great areas of the industry to get into, purely because utilities don't pay, mining shutdowns, it's not a full-time job, you just bounce from one contract to another, so you're never a full-time employee. And the construction side of things, at the moment, most of the contracts are only going for between 9 and 18 months. So again, you're bouncing from one job to another. Over here in the production mining jobs, this is the holy grail of the mining job. So when most people say that they want a mining job, the jobs over here are what most people describe. They're a full-time job, they're on an even time roster for most things, and if you've been in it for any length of time, especially in the underground sector, you're going to make that 150 to 200,000, if you've been in it for 4 to 5 years. So this is the area that I try and put people in. Unfortunately, most of the other influencers, or all the other influencers, try and put people into the utilities and mining shutdown, purely because it's the easiest area of the industry to get people into, because you don't need a lot of skills to get people into that area. But it's like I said, it's not a full-time job, and people get into this area thinking that they can make the jump all the way over to the production mining side of things. Now, I started as a nipper at the end of '94, and I can count on one hand the number of people that I know that have gone from a utility worker into the production mining side of things. It doesn't happen very often. They've got poaching laws on site that means that it's hard to move from one company to another if you're going to try and get a utility job to start start with and then move over to a mining job, it can make it really hard. And this is all the information that I try and tell people so you can make an informed decision. But the object of what we do and the training that we've got is to try and get you into this column straight away as a nipper or a diamond driller offsider or a truck operator or something like that. Because if once you're in this column here, then you can work your way up through. And the top job in this column on the crew is the jumbo operator job, and that's $400,000 a year. And that is for an even time roster, so it's ridiculous money. But so once we do that, then the next thing we want to do is to educate you. So this is on our Intro to Underground Mining page. So it's just here on the website. And the way we educate you is through the training. And I'll just open it up, and it opens up. You can check for yourself. It opens up into these PDFs, and you can look at what you learn. And we actually physically go through and teach you how the mine works. So we teach you how we drill it, how we charge it, fire it, bog it, put the ground support in, make the levels, turn them into stopes and backfill it all with paste. And then it does a deep dive into all the entry level jobs. And it goes through safety meetings and workplaces and scaling and everything that they need you to know. And so why do we do this? Why is it really important for you to know all the information in here? Is because unfortunately with these jobs, and if you type underground into Seek, you'll see all these jobs come up. All the employers that employ green new starters to these jobs, every employer turns over, and when I say green, that means no mining knowledge on day one, everybody turns over more than 50% of those people. It's been like that since I first started, and every time we go through a boom, same thing happens, and it's happening at the moment. That's why there's so many job ads out there. That's why there's so many consistent job ads out there. There's work all over the country. Mount Isa, Western Australia, South Australia, New South Wales, Tasmania, everybody's looking for people all around the country. And what they need is people that know how their mine works. And that's how we help you get a job, and that's what we do with this. We also educate you to the culture of it. So the training goes into a lot of how the pecking order works and all that sort of stuff. So that's all in NIPA and other important duties. So we go into the carton system in here, and it goes general mining information and all that sort of stuff. So it talks about all that, and it really gives you a proper rundown of exactly what you're getting yourself into. And what does that mean for you? It actually puts you 6 to 8 weeks ahead of everybody else that they're interviewing for these jobs. And once you can talk to the employer about refuge chambers and stench gas and cap lamp signals and can tell them what a heading and what a stope is, it just means that they can get you up to speed quite quickly, because all they have to do is teach you how to drive the truck, which is really easy. Nobody really has a problem teaching the new starters the practical side of the jobs. It's always the theory that everybody struggles with. They struggle with being left alone to do it safely. And if you can't be left alone to do it safely, ultimately you don't have a job, and that's why they turn people over. And the other thing, as somebody that's trying to help you into the industry, the thing that we like about the training is that out of 100 people, we get between 30 and 40 people that do the training that say thank you, that was really informative information, but I learnt so much that I don't want to go mining anymore, because it's just not what they thought it was going to be. Out of the other 60, we get 45 people that study and learn the information and they get jobs, and then we get 15 people that half-ass it, and you'd think would happen to anybody that's half-assing it, they don't get the job. But the good thing about the situation that I'm describing is that we get, out of 100 people, we get 85 people that get a good result, because they work out, they either get a job or they work out that mining's not for them before they even, go on the great big quest. And, if you can work out that mining's not going to be for you before you move halfway across the country and reorientate your life completely, because one of the things that I like about doing this is that I've lost count the number of people that I've seen pitched up onto mine sites that you can see the look on their face after 2 days, and they've gone, holy shit, this isn't what I thought mining was. And you can never get out of them what they actually thought mining was. All that they will tell you is that what mining actually is not what they thought they were getting themselves into. So if you can avoid doing that, that can make a huge difference to you and your life moving forward. Because if you do go and get one of these jobs, which are all over the country, which a lot of people do get, and upload your life and move across the country and all that sort of stuff, only to work out after 3 days on site it's not for you, you'll burn 5 to 10 grand, if not more. And so it's much easier to work out that it's not for you before you even start. And so that's why how we help people. There's also in the training, you can do a package that you get your resume done. So Jess from Beyond does a resume service with that one. We do an in-house resume service with Work Ready, but there's full instructions on how to redo your own resume in the do-it-yourself section of the training in there. And there's lots of information in there. And if you come over to the Wall of Fame page, these are all people that have gotten jobs, and it goes all the way back down to 2018. So they're the first ones that got jobs when we first turned it all online. So these are the people that have sent us text messages through telling us that they've gotten jobs from the training. And as you can see, it goes back 7 years now. People have been using the training to get jobs, and that's the reason it works. It works because it gives the employers what they want, but it's not a golden ticket. You have to do your bit. You have to learn the information. If you don't learn the information, you're no good to the employer. And it's all about being as useful as possible to the employer as quickly as possible. Everybody wants a productive member of crew that they can leave alone by themselves to get on with the job. And the easiest way to give them that is to educate yourself with the training. And that's how we help people get jobs. But what really frustrates me with the influencers around today are the ones that send everybody down the shutdown and the utility route and don't even give them a chance to try and get in as a proper mining job straight away. The chances of you moving from these utility jobs and mining shutdown jobs into an actual mining job on a mine site, it's really slim. And because I started over here, I started in this column, and so I watched all the people that came through, and 90%, well even 95% of the people that come through, this is where they start. They don't start over here. They start in this column, and this is where you want to make your start, in this column. And so if your influencer's telling you that shutdowns and utilities and mining construction is the way to get your foot in the door to a production mining job, I would suggest to you that your influencer doesn't know very much about mining at all. And it is what it is. I'm doing this because I've got not a lot of choice because of health reasons, where a lot of the other people doing these influence things have got visions of driving around Australia in four-wheel drives and doing different stuff, and this is just leading them into something else. The whole reason that we do this is to properly help people get a mining career, and that's what it's all set up to do, is to get you into this column and not into any of these ones. So it's the mining job, that's what we're trying to get everybody. And you can see all the jobs in here, and there's lots of them. You just have to type underground into Seek and you'll see them all come up, or you can have a look on our mining jobs to apply for page. And everybody's looking for people. Nobody wants to hire because it costs so much money to hire, but everybody needs people at the moment. It's just one of those things. So I hope that information helps, and if you've got any questions about the industry, or if you've got a question that you'd like Jess and I to talk about on our Conversations About Mining podcast, please send it through. And if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, apparently that makes a huge difference, and share it around, that would be wonderful. Thanks.